Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Iron Man issues 228 and 229 and Captain America issue 340. And this all ties into the Armor Wars crossover that was happening on the Iron Man side of the Marvel Universe. So the thing is that in Captain America issue 339, we have Cap. He has lost the mantle of Captain America. Now he's using the black, red, and white costume that further down the line is going to belong to US Agent. He has already gone on a couple of missions, and the thing is that he really needs a shield. So in that issue, he commissions a shield to Tony Stark. He happily obliges. So at the beginning of Iron Man 228, we have Cap testing out the shield. He's really happy with it, even though it doesn't feel like the original. Also, it's pretty interesting to see that this shield doesn't have any type of paint design on it yet. So what happens is we have Tony and Rhodey. They're at this diner and they start drawing up the plans to take down the guardsmen that, as I said earlier, they're good guys. They're basically prison guards. They need those armors to deal with the supervillains that are in their prison. So while they're drawing up these plans, Tony realizes that Steve Rogers is there. So what happens is we have Steve grilling Tony over what he has been doing as of late with this whole situation with the Armor Wars. That Tony also had gone after the Mandroids that were under the possession of S.H.I.E.L.D. And Steve tells Tony, look, I know that your next objective is going to be the Guardsmen. Look, these guys serve their country. Their job is incredibly dangerous. They need those armors. So look, if you're going to go after them, you're going to have some heat from me. Now, I find it really cool that Tony doesn't throw in Cap's face the fact that he has just given him a new shield. That he doesn't try to use that to leverage Captain America not to get involved with this whole situation. So what happens is Tony's going to go for it anyways, and he draws up this cockamamie plan. So we have Rhodey posing as Electro, and it's just so weird because obviously Electro's face mask doesn't cover his whole face, so you can see that the guy's white. So Rhodey had to use some white toned face paint. It's just a weird option. Like, there's so many other villains that have their faces completely covered. The thing is that Electro gets captured by the guardsmen. He's thrown into the vault. Since the cell is calibrated for Electro, and Rhodey obviously is a normal dude, he can just waltz out of there. That whole part of the story is sort of sloppy, but I must add, there's another sloppy part to it, that Iron Man's able to break into the prison through a ventilation duct that has zero security measures. The thing is that now we have Tony and Rhodey on the inside. The prison has this security system that if there's a breakout, it just can flood the whole place with this type of knockout gas. So Tony activates this. We have Rhodey, he has a face mask on. Everyone is knocked out in the prison. Tony immediately engages with the guardsman, and Rhodey too. He has to deal with one, and Rhodey's pretty hardcore what he does to that poor guardsman. He's able to drop an elevator on the poor guy. So while Tony is battling with the guardsman, and there's just one left standing, I was going to say Captain America, but no, he's not Captain America anymore. The Captain drops in. He confronts Tony, but the thing is that one of the guardsmen is asphyxiating within his body armor, so Cap goes over to help him. And Iron Man, in a totally douchey fashion, he just blindsides Cap. He tases him, knocks him out. Then Iron Man proceeds to fry all the circuitry to the body armors of all the guardsmen. He leaves Cap knocked out on the floor. But the thing is that the security system to part of this prison is just totally offline. So we have a breakout. So we have Mr. Hyde, Titanium, Vibro, and the Griffin escape. Now, Tony's out of the picture, and he's completely oblivious over the fact that he has provoked this breakout. Now we have Cap and his crew of sidekicks to try to clean up this mess. And we actually get some pretty good moments. Like, we have Demolition Man dealing with Titania, and he almost gets killed by her to the point that he's shaken. And the guy's no slouch, but when he sees Titania again, he sort of hides. Like, it's actually a really interesting moment. It's cool to see a character dealing with the fact that reality is sinking in, and these guys are cold-blooded killers. We get another awesome moment where Cap is fighting against Mr. Hyde, And he's going in hard to the point that Mr. Hyde notices, like, whoa, I'm not even sure if you're even Captain America. And Cap is dealing with the fact that Mr. Hyde almost killed Jarvis, and he was part of the attack on the Avengers Mansion, so he has a real axe to grind with this guy. And we have this really cool moment where we have Mr. Hyde hanging off a cliff, and it's hinted that Cap might leave him there, that he can fall to his death. I love this fake out where you feel like maybe Steve Rogers has become one of these grim and gritty heroes from the 80s, but no, he goes back and rescues him. And then we get the final confrontation between the Captain and Iron Man. Steve Rogers just wants to give him back the shield. I love the moment when he does give him back the shield, like it really hurts Tony. And you get this brief battle between Tony and Steve, where Cap doesn't stand a chance. And even though they have been good friends and allies over all these years while on the Avengers, there has always been friction between these two characters, especially when Iron Man has been the leader to the Avengers. Like, he always oversteps any of Cap's orders or does things unilaterally. And during this battle, what happens is Tony incapacitates Steve Rogers and just leaves. He's like, you're not worth my time. This will lead to a major rift between both characters from this point on that will grow over time. But I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.